Pato in court for birdie brandishing. Congress approves new ambassador to Guyana. And new PSA to be released next month. I am Noriko Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Former Public Infrastructure Minister David Paterson is having his day in court after being charged with indecent exposure of his genitals and using obscene language. He denies the allegations but was granted bail, and the matter has been adjourned until September the 11th, 2023. The incident occurred on July 16th, when Patterson allegedly exposed himself to Ramroop Odit at C4th Street, Campbellville, Georgetown, and used obscene language while intentionally trying to provoke the man. All with his willy still exposed. It was just weird. An investigation was launched by the police force after a complaint was made that Patterson urinated and exposed his genitals in public, in close proximity to his party's Georgetown headquarters. According to Jagdeo, donations to the PPP do not buy special privileges or a free pass for wrongdoing. That was his response to a question regarding whether the PPP had ever received donations from the Muhammad family. He also didn't directly say that they did or that they didn't, but we all know that they did. In fact, the trucks that the president had used right after his inauguration were supposedly the property of the Muhammad family. Anyway, Jagdeo also emphasized that the party is not currently soliciting funds and that anyone who donates to the party should not expect special privileges. Earlier today, the presidents of Guyana and China met face-to-face in the city of Chengdu. During the meeting, the two expressed the importance of both nations sharing opportunities, meeting challenges, seeking cooperation, and promoting development together. Well, I can tell she wrote that part. Our president also reaffirmed Guyana's adherence to the One China principle. Oh gosh, first we canceled the deal with Taiwan, now we're supporting the One China principle? Oh my. Anyway, he also noted that China has played a crucial role in the economic and social development of Guyana and the Caribbean region in recent decades. The Public Service Union's court challenge against the nomination of Mahandat Kulsaran to sit as commissioner on the Public Service Commission was dismissed by the High Court. The challenge was based on the argument that the Public Service Senior Staff Association, which nominated Kulsaran, is not a certified trade union recognized by the Trade Union Recognition Act. The Chief Justice ruled that the challenge was, quote, unmeritorious, frivolous, and vexatious. Vexatious, I love that word. And awarded the cause to the Attorney General and the Speaker of the National Assembly. Nicole D. Theroux has been confirmed as the next U.S. ambassador to Guyana, replacing Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch. Theroux is a career member of the U.S. Foreign Service with experience in various senior diplomatic postings, mainly in the Middle East and North Africa. Her nomination was sent to the Senate in September of 2022 and was confirmed after a series of debates. The U.S. Embassy in Georgetown and the local private sector have already held farewell activities for Lynch. I guess we're switching out one blonde lady for another. Well, doesn't matter to me, it's all imperialism no matter how you paint it.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 697-0170. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
After a fire destroyed sections of the charity market, the government is now considering building a larger, more modern market nearby on at least 15 acres of land. So the government is currently acquiring said land. The current market area is too small to accommodate the envisioned facility, but the new market could complement other developments in the area, including a new housing scheme and commercial investments. The decision to build the new market will only be made following consultations with the vendors. However, it should be noted that this is occurring just 1 year after the House had actually approved over $30 million in repairs for the market. The Guyana Prison Service is expanding its farming activities at the Losing Lot prison as part of its agricultural plan, aiming to be self-sufficient in 5 crops as well as livestock. Agricultural production has been ramping up in the various prison facilities nationwide, except for Camp Street, because, there's nowhere to grow. Anyway, inmates work on the farms to receive special remission, providing work ethic and development opportunities. Inmates have recently harvested organic produce such as eggplant, pumpkin, and squash, and animals such as chickens, ducks, pigs, sheep, and cows also being reared at the prison locations. I actually love this program, and I wish that it would be expanded to the general public. Because I'm pretty sure you have a lot of young men just lying on the corner smoking weed doing absolutely nothing when they could be working on a farm. 37-year-old bus driver Guyana Uncut was allegedly stabbed to death by a female in the vicinity of the Linden Bus Park in Georgetown. He later succumbed to his wounds at the Georgetown Public Hospital. The suspect, known as Vanessa, fled the scene and has not been apprehended. Surveillance footage is being reviewed as the investigation continues. 26-year-old O'Kara Codrington pleaded not guilty to possession of narcotics, but changed his plea in court, claiming that he used cannabis for his asthma. Cannabis to treat asthma, that's everyone. On January the 27th, the police found Codrington with a green plastic bag in his hand containing a quantity of leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis. Now for today's oil update. Guyana's newly developed Petroleum Activities Bill and model PSAs will be finalized in August, ahead of the final extension given for the offshore oil blocks auction. The new submission deadline is September the 12th, 2023, and Jagdeo believes that potential investors have not lost interest in Guyana's oil blocks auction despite the delays. In other oil-related news, ExxonMobil reported a second quarter profit of $7.9 billion, down from the first quarter's profit of $11.4 billion, but with a 20% increase in production in Guyana and the U.S. Permian Basin. The company's CEO attributed the increased production in Guyana to the optimization of the Liza Phase 1 and Phase 2 developments in the Starboard Block, which should continue with future projects. Production at the Payara development is expected to start later this year, with Yellowtail and Uraru coming online in 2025 and 2026 respectively.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News, viewers' poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel your place was. Last night I asked, are we doing enough for ex-offenders to prevent from going back to a life of crime?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Conrad Thomas says he might be wrong, but he doesn't think the government really wants to help former prisoners. And this is why. For as long as they can remember, we've had prisons in Ghana. Has the prison service tried collecting and analyzing data of former prisoners who had successfully reintegrated into society and used the data to see how they did it? If the answer is no, then that is why I believe so. The prison system without prisoners means unemployment for the staffs of the Guyana Prison Service. Work them right and keep them coming. Sadly enough, I agree with you. In fact, I have a whole theory how basically the modern-day prison service is just another form of slavery, but I'll have to dedicate to stupid news to that. Davey Samaru says, it all starts with the mindset of the ex-offender. If he or she doesn't want to change their old ways, I don't think much can be done by anyone, including the prison service, to seek rehabilitation. So I suggest that the prison service work with those inmates that have the potential to bring about real results. Leave the ones that are hell-bent on crime. Indeed. Meanwhile, Tootie Dehan says they think the best question to ask at the end is, what do you think of any of the news topics for tonight? Well, what they think about is why the police focus so much on plants and not the cocaine that passes through the borders of Ghana and the illegal gold and diamonds and the timbers that the Chinese are taking from us, and the Canadians taking our gold, now the US with the oil. Now look at the people we all go out to help us manage our affairs. I agree, it's absolutely absurd. But you know what? I like that question. So, for tonight's question, I want to know, what do you think of the news topics tonight? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bullfoot saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Aha! Good night, folks.